Well, hey. Wait, hold on a second. Remember, okay, no, it's good. Sorry. We've went so long where there's like no technical difficulties, and there really kind of wasn't. But the program I used to stream, everybody, I'm giving you some background information. It like reset the Zoom, and so like now everything's just all a mess. But you know what? This is the Gundam Explained show. I'm Adam Blue, your host. Joining me, Steven and Midnight Hatter. Steven, what's up, man?
Not a whole lot. It's like it's a Christmas miracle or Christmas curse. I don't know. Maybe the gremlins have gotten to you.
Yeah,
But
I
but I
know.
miss the technical difficulties. Man, now the technical difficulties are in my voice. I should have done like little vocal warm-ups so I'm not stuttering.
Well, you know what? It is Thursday. I think we used up all our energy yesterday on your show, which guys, check that out if you haven't. We actually nerd out for most of it, but you do show off something you're working with LEDs and some of your custom stuff. So if you guys haven't checked that out, do so.
Much appreciated.
But hope everyone's doing good. It is it's crazy to think how it's like near the middle of December. It's near the end of the year. And so sometimes like Christmas related Gundam topics are brought up. So a little later today, we're going to go over a poll I posted on my YouTube channel or the Gundam Explained YouTube channel. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet, because I'll go over it where it's like, well, what are you going to watch for Christmas? And there's only two options, Endless Waltz or War in the Pocket. So curious what everyone thinks. Maybe that's the title of this episode, Endless Waltz versus War in the Pocket. That's not inflammatory.
And endless war in the pocket.
Endless War in the Pocket. Oh God, what is that? Okay, well, cool. Well, I see the chat is active. Ultronomus, WD30th. Oh, Lucas Garrett too. That's really cool. Good to see you all. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some Christmas. Yeah, the Christmas movie stuff. We're gonna talk a little bit more about War in the Pocket. Some of the mobile suits, kind of dive into their power ranking. I had another poll, and I don't know if we're gonna do it yet or not. It's that P Bandai one I put up. I don't know if you guys saw. I put like, why do you not like P Bandai or something like that? And it's like they don't ship to me. It's totally valid, and then there's other invalid reasons. But I might wait, and we'll look at that. But anyway, how's your week been? Have you built anything?
Well, I guess technically I haven't built anything myself, but I have been working on, well, obviously the V8 that we did last night, but then the Zazabi that we started working on last week that my daughter built, which, I was able to actually create the silicone molds that I needed to make in order to copy the parts, using that technique that Pencil Knights showed me, where it's like you just do a partial mold and then you can like hollow out the parts that you need to turn into LED channels. I think it's going to be a really cool little project. Obviously this little Zazabi he's a cute little guy. But I think that loading him up with some LEDs will make him a lot more fun.
Yeah, I think so. Those things are built for customizing, I think. As cool as they even are, I can't help it, guys. My cat she's on the floor next to me and she's just rolling on her back, rolling around. It is just so cute. Oh my, she's like looking at me now on her back. Like, oh my gosh. If I could take a picture and show the stream. Okay. So, speaking of that though, like things that like you build that are like a custom, like a Gunpla customizer's Gunpla. And that's something that I just finished this week, and I'll be doing a review of it. But it's that I forget what it's called. It's like the Black Dragon.
Oh yeah,
is that what it's called? So it's basically like a Evangelion smashed with a Mecha Godzilla and an RX 78-2. To be honest, I love it. There's a lot of good stuff about it. But oh my gosh, this kitty cat next to me
she got into the nip.
I must have. But so here's the thing. And we talked about this before. Sometimes when you buy those model kits that are not from Bandai, they're from another company, sometimes it seems like they're lower quality, or we're just used to how hobby friendly the runners are that Bandai makes. And that's not the same with other Gunpla companies, especially with the knockoffs. I think it's especially with the knockoffs.
Oh, for sure.
Some stuff that are not knockoffs that are original, I haven't built much. So that was the case with this.
I
Something I
mean,
bought
have
from
you seen that they announced you're familiar with like the monument repair type, the fan made tall geese.
that
The like
sounds familiar. So
so it
yeah.
came
Oh
out
yeah,
last
that's right.
year. They've got a new version coming out this year that's the Monument Flugel, which is like the tall geese 3 that has the Wing Zero wings.
Well, have you heard what people have said about the first one? Like, have
Honestly,
you
I know a bunch of people that have bought it. I don't know anybody that's
has
built it
built
yet.
it? We were talking about that before, right? Or
Yeah,
how many
man,
people
it's
just
the
buy the
collector's curse.
well, so the thing I'll say is though, with that black dragon, the thing is when you're cutting it, it's like you really got to work with the connectors and the nubs. Sometimes it's gonna look bad. But if you're someone that you do nub work, you paint, this is probably the best for you because you're gonna make it look killer. Because really, this thing is completely badass in the way it's designed. And this is due to just me. It's sometimes you can see like near panel lines where I could have cut some of the nubbing better, and sometimes it's a different, almost a gooey plastic when you start to cut it, and then you're like getting little pieces. So if it wasn't for that, in fact, and I paid $30 on AliExpress or whatever. So I'm telling you guys, this is 100% worth it. I'm going to do a review on it. And if you're just a straight builder, you might be disappointed that it is kind of finicky. Well, not finicky, that it is kind of you got to work with each piece. But if you're someone that already paints and does nub cleanup, you're going to love this. So review coming soon, because it is crazy that I've built so much recently. Because the other one, which there's the video up this week, the Gundam Nyan
Very cool.
model kit, which I remember, Steven, you and I were streaming and we were just talking about the P Bandai Witch for Mercury kits, and I saw this and I was like, I gotta buy it. And
Yeah.
it met my expectations. Where the Xerius, I think, sort of didn't meet my expectations, the Nyan did. So the review's up.
See that? Score one more for Witch from Mercury over IBO.
Even though Xerius is an IBO, I know it looks like it.
Wait,
It's
what's
its own
serious from?
thing.
What?
It's called Gundam 8. Yeah, it's its own thing. Yeah.
It's that's that new manga.
Manga that has the kaiju.
Why did I think it was IBO?
Because
Just
it
because of the
looks
look.
it looks IBO. It does.
Now the strike against Witch from Mercury is the fact that their P Bandai like accessories set is for all three, the Darabald, the Michaelis, and the
Oh,
Feract. It's like if I just wanted to get the accessories for the Feract and not
that's right.
the Darabald, like
Yeah, so it that's what's cool about this, because these do look really good and I think it's worth it. It almost makes me want to get the others. But I will say, and I think I will do this soon, I do need to go through and first clip the V-fin, and probably do some light gray, well, light in terms of the amount, but the color would be gray ink panel lining, because
yeah.
I feel like this already has a good clean look without too much dark crevices, but it could use just enough, I think, to highlight some parts. Because again, this looks great. I love its backpack contraption. There's not really much anything like it, because it's almost like a bee in a way, where it comes out near the bottom end. So yeah. And so that leaves, it's interesting because I have like two backlogs. I have the eternal backlog, and then I have the immediate backlog. And I just went through 3 of the 4 of my immediate backlog. The last one left is the Fat Cat. So it's the
Okay.
100 scale RX-78 2.0 real grade. So
And yeah,
that was
I see
AliExpress
that
too.
they did like a God Gundam
Yeah,
version of that
they did.
too.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
it's been interesting how this kind of build era just kind of kicked in, and it does that where I go months without building and then I build a whole bunch. And I was talking to you about this before the show. It's not like I've replaced any time management. I don't know what it is exactly. It could be I haven't opened a Robot Spirits figure to mess with, even though it takes longer to build something.
Well, I can tell you what it is that 3 or 4 streams that you and I have done, you've built all of your ensembles. So instead of building your
Okay.
mobile suit ensembles, you actually have time to.
That's a good point because you know what? During your stream yesterday, I was building that. I forget the name. The one of the Black Knight bad guys, the main guy,
Yeah.
and it came with it. Well, there was a separate Gashapon that was to build its backpack, and I finished that after your stream yesterday. So here's actually
Ooh,
the finished backpack where it's huge. It was its own Gashapon, and the accessory set also came with 2 swords, which I've
nice.
got in hand that I should paint, and then
Man,
mounted
how
on the
much would it
back.
suck if you got the accessory pack and not
Yeah,
the mobile suit?
it's
Like,
just it's weird though that it's 3 things: accessory pack, a backpack, and the mobile suit if you wanted to complete it. But there's also the gun on the back, which yeah, it's it in this one in particular is pretty amazing. There's a lot like there's almost like some ammo pack thing that you can pull off the gun. The It has beam sabers that you slide into the sides here that then you can pull out. So it's pretty incredible with the size of these, like how much they cover everything. Even in the do I have it here? The effect it's got effect parts for missiles to shoot out of the
huh,
Zagok, like
dang,
clear effect parts.
that's
They're going
awesome.
all out.
I think that a lot of like the Gashapon toys are very slept on in Gundam. Is like a lot of people are only about the model kits, but I follow Life in Plastic Model Kits on Instagram, and he posted just the other day like a Gashapon GM that he was customizing. It was just a GM action figure, but it was like the best looking GM. Like
Oh, that's cool.
I know at least 3 people on my Discord server that would probably strangle someone for that GM, but in a high grade.
Oh,
The
so it's
level of
something like that.
detail, like
Oh.
it was so good.
Oh, yeah, you might have to share that later. That is one mobile suit ensemble I'm missing. I don't have the GM. I don't have that set that has the GM. I have so many, but I don't have the GM. The thing is, I realize that I can easily collect them. It's just that and they're not super expensive. It's just it adds up and there's a lot. So what I collect, I kind of go through a phase of, and no, another funny thing is, so I'm about to be finished actually building the entire set. This is the
'Cause you
part
got the whole
29.
blind box.
Yeah. And there's a guy I follow. He has a blog. It's a mobile suit ensemble blog, and he gets every release when it comes out. He builds them. He hasn't done this one yet. And I almost feel amazed because it's like, oh wow, I can get mine out. So I'm gonna hopefully finish the Zagok, which is the last one. Do a review of the set because as much as I didn't care for G-Quux, I think the mobile suit ensemble figure is a lot of fun.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, there's something about the SD proportions that makes the G-Quux look a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I think sometimes when and there's a fine line to a mobile suit or a robot looking too skeletal, where then it's more like alien or biomechanical.
Yeah.
Like Eva is really on that line where I think it almost goes over the line, but I'm willing to accept. But whereas like the Gundam EX is completely on the realistic side for me, and so
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, let me think because I like to talk about like the stuff I got or built Gundam related, but I think that's it. Any for you, any top of the mind Gundam related things you're thinking about or not?
Um,
Don't worry, you're not on the spot because I have a
I
topic.
was gonna say there was a big announcement that you and I just talked about before the stream started.
Oh, we could do that.
I
The
didn't know
movie?
if you wanted to share that yet.
Yep. So this is pretty cool. Because I remember hearing that they were going to put Endless Waltz in the theaters, but Fathom Events is actually doing double feature for the Iron Blooded Orphans Erder Hunt, if I'm saying that correctly, and then the Endless Waltz movie, which is really cool. It's January 12th and 13th, which is dubbed. Oh, actually, hold up. Iron Blooded Orphans is only subtitled. Okay, so Endless
That
Waltz
makes
is. I
sense.
was thinking they were both dubbed, but
That would have been cool. I would be interested in checking that out if only because I got a new appreciation for that Hajiraboshi Gundam that's in Urder Hunt because
Oh,
I
that's
picked it
right.
up in G Generation Eternal,
Oh, that's that
which
one.
it's a
Okay.
pretty slick looking for IBO. It's a pretty slick looking Gundam. Looks
Yeah,
kind of
and it
like a
does
knight.
even say includes the Iron Blooded Orphans 10th anniversary short film Wedge of Interposition. Is that
Okay.
really what that says? That's the weirdest sentence I've ever read, but, um, so this is really cool, and I had pulled up that someone had shared some links, like here, the Atom, tickets if you buy from there, and it's showing local places. Um, let's see. Yeah, even as where I go, I usually go to the Cinemark Tinstone Grapevine that's down the street from me, and they're gonna have it, and it's on a Monday, which is great because not much happens on Monday, so I can get that done.
Yeah.
Um, but have you searched to see if it's anywhere around you?
I haven't.
I can search. What's a city or
Do
is it?
yeah, Richmond, Virginia. I imagine it will be the Regal.
Yeah, Regal. How far is that from you?
Both of those are about 10, 15 minutes away, so either
Oh,
one.
not bad. Okay, so you're gonna have options then.
Yeah, Virginia Center is the one that I went to see G-Quux at.
Oh, okay, cool. So what are the chances that you're gonna go see it?
If it's on a Monday, it's probably a good chance.
Oh, sweet. Well, cool. Because I think it would be cool if we both went and saw that. So then on the Wednesday show, talk a
Yeah,
little
that's a
about it.
great idea.
Yeah, Thursday show, talk about it. Yeah. That's cool. So that's coming up really quick. I mean, it's already the end of the year, and we're talking about things happening next year. Um, but it is weird that we didn't get any sort of Gundam animation this winter, this fall. I mean, I think because it was going to be Hathaway.
Right.
And they just pushed it, and then because usually they do a thing since I'm getting a Gundam where there's like a beginning of the year and end of the year thing, kind of. And
Yeah, because what last year it was Requiem for Vengeance was in like October, right?
yeah, exactly. And then before that, the year before that, if I remember correctly, it was either Witch for Mercury or if it wasn't, 1 year it was the Gundam build Battlelog
Right.
thing. But so it's like they usually always have something. So this is kind of strange. Is so unless I'm forgetting, it almost seems like this fall is a Gundam drought. No new content since May with the game Battle Destiny? Or have we got anything since then?
Well,
I'm just forgetting.
G-Quux, like the series.
But when did that end?
It ended in like April, didn't it?
Okay,
Or
so April and then May was the game, and then I don't think anything Gundam came out since then.
that's a good point. Unless you're gonna count anything from Eternal, but
And maybe that was their play to make Eternal kind of fill in for content. Because that's interesting. There was nothing.
yeah, there really hasn't been anything.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about.
Yeah. Well, cool. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait. We got this and then Hathaway coming shortly, so more new content. Okay. Next up, I put a little poll up on the site, and let me adjust.
Speaking of Endless Waltz,
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I asked, what will you be watching for Christmas? And there was only two options. Only two options. War in the Pocket, Endless Waltz. 122 votes, 47% War in the Pocket, Endless Waltz at 53%. My first reaction is I think that makes sense. I feel like the Gundam community is more wing. Not that they like War in the Pocket less, but I think there's more people that have seen Wing and Endless Waltz than War in the Pocket.
well, and let's face it, Endless Waltz is easier to sit down and watch in one sitting as opposed to like War in the Pocket being an OVA. You're going to be getting up. You're going to be like,
Actually, that brings up a good question. Total length of War in the Pocket.
what is it, like 3 hours?
3 hours. That's not bad, but that still is long because I wanted to try to get the anime night crew to watch War in the Pocket by, Christmas. So if we cut it up to 2 weekends,
There you go.
I'd have to get that done ASAP. That's not bad because yeah, 3 hours is actually not bad if you got the ending, the beginning, which hey, the music's great. It doesn't seem to fit, but
Like, what I wish that they would just do a cut that was the 2 hour and 40-minute movie. Like, if you cut out the beginning, ending songs of each individual episode and you just had it run together, I bet it would only be like 2 and a half hours.
you know what? Mission accepted. I'll try to do that. I'll
I was
try to
just thinking I was gonna try to do it. I'm like, well, I got the Blu-ray here. Let's rip it and
because that's funny because I do have 2 movie edits that I never finished. One is Blade Trinity without Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel. That's pretty hard to do. And the other one was Alien vs. Predator without the humans, which both weren't bad, but I never finished them.
Well, how would you account for Dracula being killed at the end of Blade Trinity? Because doesn't she like shoot the arrow like straight into him?
Yeah, and so there is some. I first ran into this issue in the hospital scene because there's some context of him escaping with shots that include them. So I didn't know if I was gonna like then work backwards and like how can I make it where maybe at least like Jessica Biel's character or because of Whistler's daughter is maybe kind of somehow part of it, or maybe even have Ryan Reynolds, but never really. I don't know.
Just
It's
cut out all of the speaking lines. That's really
well, when I forget if we talked about this on the show or before, but when I was saying I think we live in an alternate reality where Nintendo messed up Metroid, Sega Dreamcast failed, Blade Trinity existing and kind of destroying the Wesley Snipes Blade is another one of those travesties. But it's just
I think that was an inside job by the U.S. government trying to really tank him before they went after him for the tax evasion stuff.
oh my gosh, yeah. Who knows with that stuff? Oh man, like
But so then what's your answer for this? Would it be War in the Pocket or Endless Waltz?
it would be War in the Pocket because I'm just a big UC guy and I love War in the Pocket. It's like, I mean, it's good beyond being Gundam.
Mhm.
Like, let's face it, the thing that we first think about, and it has nothing to do with Gundam. It just has to do with the situation the characters are caught up in.
Right.
But yeah, let's look at what people had to say. Aegis Chaos said, I feel like having hamburger for Christmas. In like, I don't get the hamburger jokes because one, that's sad. And two, is Aegis Chaos a cannibal? Because like
No, but Bernie is.
how is Bernie a cannibal?
Because at the beginning of War in the Pocket, when he's riding in the car with Al, he's eating a hamburger.
So in the Gundam universe, hamburger is human meat.
Well,
No. You just stumbled upon something. Any reference of hamburger in the Gundam universe is related to human meat. And that's it. Never cows.
you don't see livestock anywhere.
Maybe floating in space.
Maybe
I really think I think one of the episodes I saw a cow.
it's flash frozen.
Yeah. When a colony burst. No, but really, anyway, I always think that's funny. I don't know what it is. I think just watching cannibal movies when I was a kid, like that whole thing is like cannibalism. Oh, that's freaky. Anyway, we don't need to go there. Let's see. From Luo Sun 312 G8, Endless Waltz is more of a New Year's setting, so it'll be War in the Pocket. So is that true?
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty sure that Dorothy
Even War in
when
the
she's
Pocket is New Year's.
well, War in the Pocket at the end of it,
Yeah.
they say Happy New Year, but like I think both of them are taking place at Christmas.
Okay. Celestro 5595, let us eat a pile of hamburgers on Christmas roll. See, there we go. There's this like cannibal thing that's in the Gundam community.
Is this a dog whistle?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What was that actor? Arnie Hammer?
Yeah.
Is it Army? Okay. Heavy saying Endless Waltz. Eric Romero Alvarez is saying Endless Waltz while building an MG Wing Zero custom cross contrast colors with my little niece. Now that's actually pretty cool.
That's highly specific.
Yeah. Santo Bell, War in the Pocket, and Die Hard. Okay, that's a good double feature right there. Josh David says, I actually just watched War in the Pocket for the first time recently. It was excellent. Oh, that's cool.
Hey, nice.
So that is always cool to come across people watching that for the first time. Because I was going to say, when I go to that Retro Achievements website, it will show you like games people are playing. And people are constantly playing retro games.
I think that's what we need is like on the Gundam Explained website. And you started working on this, but like a way, like a tracker where, like basically achievement hunting for Gundam stuff. And
I need to finish that up.
That'd be awesome.
It was using, the Replit AI develop. And then, there was a guy I reached out to. You can hire people that then know how to do the Replit thing. So, but anyway, so to Saul Dragon 344 is saying victory. Now, I'm not against victory. That's great. But did I forget? And there was a Christmas part in victory.
I mean, you could argue there's a Christmas part in every Gundam series. For it's kind of interesting. Like Christmas, we talked about this, the week of Thanksgiving, but like Christmas is this ubiquitous thing that happens in almost every Gundam series.
Yeah, because it's one of those passive. No, there's Operation Christmas. Well, but no, nothing victory. Oh wait, no. Oh, the Christmas tree with Al. That's even my. That's my video. War in the Pocket is the perfect Christmas anime.
Well, there you go. Look, you already made it.
I answered the question. Okay. Let's see. Atlantic Ocean, Chihuahua, Gundam Age dub, but it has like a I don't know.
I don't think there is a dub of Age, is there?
Oh, is that the joke? Okay. Getting so meta on my Gundam post.
So many inside jokes.
I know. Ares 0083, Ennis Waltz, the movie version, English dub, of course. Kage Akarui, the only Gundam series I own is 08 MS Team. That's cool. I love that people are saying these things, but it has nothing to do with what I asked. But it's nice to have the comment. It's like, I like titles, one of those things.
That's man.
And then Aki Kinabalu is Bernie, and the mechanic. If you guys remember Nick the Mechanic, he was on Gundam so a long time ago. And the Waltz and Die Hard, another good one.
What time is it that you have to start? I think it's like 10:47 or something like that to start Die Hard, so that at Christmas, Alan Rickman gets thrown off Nakatomi Tower.
I love those things. That's a lot of fun. But
so what time do we have to start Endless Waltz in order for Hero to be firing at Minerva, Marimea's base?
Okay, let's find out. I'm going to ask AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so what time to start Endless Waltz so that Christmas lands on that scene?
Yeah, like Christmas at midnight, right?
Yeah. Or I worded it wrong. I wonder if it doesn't know what I'm saying, I'm going to move on. Okay, when does the Christmas moment actually happen? The symbolic Christmas beat, the falling snow piece moment during the final or finale hits right near the end, about 3 to 4 minutes before credits.
Okay.
So I don't remember. I watched it once. So, okay. So I'm glad it knew what I was talking about. Actually, let me screen share. I wasn't sharing that, but yeah, quick reference. OVA and movie. Oh, and when the Christmas moment happens. This is very specific. When I think if I typed that question into Reddit, people would just dogpile on me. And
it's like, have you ever seen that clip? Someone was making fun of people searching, on Google, like, could I be pregnant? How does one know if they're pregnant? am I pregnant? Like, is it possible to be pregnant? Like, just
I saw that. It's like consistent, like going all like what's going on? Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna ask, what's another maybe Christmas movie or maybe a Christmas movie you plan to watch this year?
well, my family tradition is always Christmas Vacation with Chevy
Oh,
Chase and
cool.
yeah. But Gundam specific,
No, it doesn't have to be Gundam.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just
Christmas
curious in
Vacation's
general.
definitely the
Christmas
one
Vacation?
for sure.
Um, I think, um, and this is funny, with my youngest, it's that Mel Gibson Santa movie. Remember, he's like it's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah, and then my wife has gotten into the Grinch. That might be a new, the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, I think my favorite Christmas movie, just thinking back to when I was younger, or especially my little brother loved this movie, True Lies, or not True Lies, Jingle All the Way, same thing. Arnold
Jingle, yeah.
Schwarzenegger, 90s. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, that is because especially during that time, the whole idea of trying to get the toy before it sells out, or even like, um,
Which is gonna be
uh,
such a foreign concept to our kids. Like,
well,
going to the mall and, like, fighting over a toy, that's just never gonna be something that they have to do.
right, because now with like something like a Labubu, it's just like having the money to go online and make sure you're not getting scammed, you know? Um, okay, so that actually brought up another point
Core
that I
memory.
wanna like no, actually, I was gonna save it for another day. Let me get to it. Sometimes it's hard to multitask. Okay, I'm gonna share with you guys this one,
Oh, no.
just because it kinda leans into that. So this is
The troll poll.
why what's that?
The troll poll.
The troll poll. Wow, that's okay. Why are you mad at P Bandai? My favorite response. Well, this is the options. They don't ship to me. I missed the 3-month pre-order window. They aren't selling a certain kit anymore, but I'm entitled to it. Like, would you say there's any other reasons than these three?
I never, uh everyone always brings up the issue of price, but like you said, if you order in the pre-order window, the price is pretty reasonable for
Yeah.
most kits. There are some outliers that I think are a little absurd.
Yeah,
Uh,
even getting the Xerius and Ion, I was like, wow, I can buy this right now. This is not expensive. I'm gonna and and so I gotta say, I love the first comment. The fuck is that last option? Because it was a little trolly. And then so we have Seth Nickel. I hate it because it's artificial scarcity and overpriced, very anti-consumer, like Magic the Gathering Secret Layers, for example. And I did do a lot of research, and I can't find anything to sort of justify the notion that it's artificial scarcity. Like, at all. The biggest thing I see is retail space. There's a mix of things. It's like a web between retail shelf space that you are reserving, that the retailer is willing to allot you, and to make a worldwide release order, a mass, or you have to then rent the tooling space for a certain amount of time and they just there's some kits that they just know, well, this won't sell as much as this one will.
yeah,
And then
I
they do.
mean, yeah, and there's the economy of scale where it's like if I know that I can only sell 30,000 of this particular kit, then I know that I have to charge like $40 for it versus we can crank out 50 million RX-78s and we know that those are going to sell. So yeah, we can sell them for 10 bucks a piece because
Yeah.
we can produce them at scale like that. Now, I will give them, credit where it's due because there are certain pre-orders that sold out ridiculously fast and there wasn't any reason to, like for instance like the GM Spartan and I think the Neo Zeong too, and then of course the beta card game box, which the card game, ironically I'm glad that he brought up Magic the Gathering because card games in particular are more guilty of the artificial scarcity problem than model kits where it's not like there's not like this huge secondhand market for them, and it can always be disrupted. So like for
Right.
instance, um, you know, there was that Zeta 0088 version, and I picked one up for like $70, and then it immediately came back to P Bandai for 26, and it was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna get another one. Like, but hey, shout out to Classic Quarter Gameplays.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me see. Oh, thanks. Yeah, 25. Wow, thanks, man. Merry Xmas, Adam. If I'm not online next week on the holiday, I've just been so busy for this December, but I'm glad to be here today. Yeah, thanks for being here. And guys, check out his YouTube channel if you
Yeah,
haven't.
Merry Christmas to you as well, man.
It's
He's been staying busy on the channel.
Yeah, I really like his editing, like the special effects, all of the little bits, like his intro for like the season of the show and the story through. It's really entertaining and creative stuff. So shout out Classic Order Gameplays. Thanks. Yeah, that didn't come in on the thing like it would, or I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
bummer.
yeah, so thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I follow him on Instagram too. I think I reshared a drawing of his. He drew an RX-78 too, and I think there was another one. Was it the Sotheby or something else? I
I
forget. But
forget.
guys, check that out on my Instagram if you haven't. Um, okay, so yeah, the card game thing. So the card game thing, that is interesting. I don't know too much about it, but like, yeah, with the GM Spartan though, even though it would sell it fast, they would then put it back up.
Yeah.
And then eventually it came back up to where it didn't sell out fast. So I think that was them going like, okay, now we know how much more we can allot for, how much more we can allot for. I think with the Neo Xeon 2, that's just because of
The
how
size of
expensive it probably is to produce. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So totally not a demon. I don't know about that. Says
That
missed
sounds like
the
something a demon would say.
yeah, right. Missed the Exia color variation and the heavy arms custom master grade. Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool. Ovatsu something. P Bandai seems to be great at promoting other third party and bootlegs because of how inaccessible they are, even Bandai regular release. Well, what I will say now that I have used, oh yeah, the Classic Quarter Gameplays, it was Char's car from the commercial that he drew. Anyway, what I will say when it comes to the bootlegs is, like I was saying before, unless you're someone that sits there and spends your time cleaning nubs and painting, the third party is not going to be anywhere near quality as what you would get from P Bandai. And so that to me is not a reason really, unless you're doing like a simple, what do you call it? Army building, you know?
Right.
Or
Well, and so I think what they're saying, you know, the root of what they're talking about is it's like, oh, I have to buy bootlegs because the original is inaccessible to me. Well, why is it inaccessible? Did you miss the pre-order window? Do they not ship to you? So
yeah,
like
that's a good point. Yeah.
and this is what I was getting at is like when it comes to pricing, like a lot of people go shopping for P Bandai on the secondary market and they complain about the pricing. And it's like, well, the pricing isn't the issue. It's the issue is that you didn't get it at retail. You got it.
So yeah, let me ask you then, when people are complaining about the price, they're referring to looking at it secondhand and being like, oh, it's so expensive. And not like when it was okay, because I always thought people just complained about the price on the store. And I'm like, well, I don't know. It seems like
There is one YouTuber in particular that has done a price breakdown and gets quoted a lot on my Discord. Citrus has
oh,
talked about how US P Bandai prices are significantly higher than the exchange rate of yen to dollars, even like
oh,
on their website. And I think that there's a lot of stuff that gets baked into that because obviously you're talking about freight. I don't know. It's crazy to me, like, you know, how little people understand about manufacturing and shipping and things like that. Like minimum order quantities are a thing, and it's not just the model kit itself, it's the packaging because they have to have mass runs of these packaging printed. So like when I was at my old company, it didn't matter how many of the product we made, we would have to buy 10,000 boxes. And so we would be sitting on like 8,000 boxes because we only made 2,000 units of the cart.
mm,
And so then you're talking about sitting on all this extra inventory. So there's that goes into it. And then even shipping it from, well, we were manufacturing in China, but P Bandai obviously in Japan, shipping it freight to the United States, you're talking probably about like $1,700 to $3,000 for a shipping container, depending on how much they fill it up with. And Gunpla boxes are light. Shipping companies do not like to ship air. That's like a common thing. So it's
Oh.
like,
Huh.
you end up paying more because you're paying for the space on the ship. You're not paying by weight. And so, you're talking about a
Wow.
very expensive shipping process, and a lot of that stuff then gets baked into the final cost. Because if you go to checkout on pbandai.com, you're not going to be looking at every line item saying like, oh yeah, it does make sense that there's this import fee, there's the customs fee,
Mm.
there's the freight. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, no, they're just going to roll it into the price of the product. They charge you
Mhm.
a flat $10 fee
Yeah,
for the local
that's a good point.
shipping, which is after it gets to the port. I
Mhm.
mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain all this stuff, but you know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you get it too. Because and I think the only reason I like to joke about this is because a lot of times when there's an interesting conversation to have, like just talk about this new Gunpla, all the comments are like, "Oh, that's P Bandai. Oh, that's P Bandai. Oh, that's," and it's like, all right, guys, is
It's
this
so
really what?
dismissive, like
Yeah, the conversation. So I make fun of them. No, I'm joking. So here's another one. Let's see. Don't have the local server.
so it doesn't ship to them, and I know that South America doesn't get any P Bandai, so that sucks.
Yeah, don't ship to Mexico. I don't get the hate for P Bandai either. A lot of their Gundam stuff isn't too bad. Their tokusatsu items, on the other hand, can get wild. Okay, that's cool. That someone kind of came in with their little take on there. Because yeah, I've ordered more than just Gundam stuff on P Bandai. I've ordered Godzilla stuff and like never a problem. Oh, and this actually goes to the other issue where, things selling out. As
Yeah,
someone that collects action figures, that's very common for the premium nice action figures. You have to get in on the pre-order or it's probably going to be sold out. Like I had to make sure I pre-ordered the SH Figure Art Cyclops that from the Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, that is badass because that thing's going to sell the F out. Like
yeah,
it was the same with
100%.
like the Tiger Stripe Wolverine from Mayfex. That thing is sold out. And so now they have bootlegs that come out and they're not that great. They're still cool, but and so I think that's really just what you're seeing here. You're seeing where it's like they really can only do so much, but Bandai's bigger than a Mayfex. They have that worldwide distribution where they can have some mass produced stuff in retail stores. But a company like Mayfex isn't big like that. They have to rely on direct to consumer or other retailers, which is what Bandai has to tap into in order to reduce the costs that are rising from doing this distribution in the way it's done. So,
They
um,
really could stand to, and I thought I heard rumors of them building another factory, but like specifically to handle
I remember
the
hearing that
limited
too.
run items.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing something about that too. And then you say 255 making the most stupidest stiff AP Bandai like some option parts. There's no need for that. So maybe he's referring to like the option parts from Witch Mercury, which to be honest, that also I mean, putting on P Bandai seems like a good idea. I don't see that doing good at Target.
No,
And
yeah, like and they're
with
not
certain
compatible with
kits.
any other
Yeah.
like kits, so it's like it's a very niche within a niche.
Here's the thing that I think would solve one of the problems, and this has to do with being a nice person online. But if Gundam communities had this like maybe system set up where maybe someone local can maybe in US, Japan can buy for someone and then get it to them. I know part of what I know Bandai's trying to stop, like, for instance, other businesses scalping the stuff to sell, but I think it would be okay if there was an individual that wanted to buy for their buddy or something. And maybe more people in the Gundam community should be more open to helping that. So I can't help everybody,
Yeah,
but if like someone, reach out to me when there's a P Bandai and maybe we could set something up where, you know,
and there are services,
oh
I think
yeah,
that
you
like
were telling me about one.
yeah, I was looking forward to working with them. I'm gonna, I won't mention who it is, but they
Oh,
they do offer a service just because I haven't, done any work for them yet. But they do offer a service where it's like warehousing within different countries. So you can shop online from other countries, and then they basically will ship it to like a local hub where it will stay until you're ready to like do a big shipment. And so you can almost do like a ship share where, you know, if you and like 10 other people all have different things, like
Mm.
you don't even have to be buying from the same retailer, you don't have to be buying from the same shop. It's basically like having a PO box in another country, so that once you get it to a point where the shipping becomes reasonable, then you can ship it to yourself.
Yeah,
Um,
that is neat, and I think that is a community aspect.
yeah.
Like, especially if that was done in a way that was respectable and it was then known, oh, in the Gundam community, the collectors help each other out, and then Bandai was like, oh, okay, we've got these really smart, nice fans that are really requesting, that's how it would work.
And I will say, like, it was interesting. I was just browsing Twitter the other day and I saw a Japanese user. And again, I don't claim that this is like representative of the entire Japanese community or anything, but there was one Japanese user in particular that was happy about P Bandai. It was, I forget what release it was, but they were happy that that release was not extended to worldwide release, because it meant that they had P Bandai kits in some of their local shops in some of the smaller what do you call it? Is it like smaller prefects? I don't know what like the
Yeah.
regions are called in Japan, but in
Yeah.
one of the smaller regions of Japan, that in the local shops they have P Bandai kits, and it was this one particular suit that P Bandai didn't put on the English speaking site. And so they were like, you know, finally Bandai's taking care of the locals and not just catering to the international fans. And I was like, man, I never thought about how
Yeah.
our passion for the brand might be hurting the local fans.
No, that's a really good point. We could be sitting here complaining how, hey, I'm not getting the kit I want. And then in Japan, people are worried that all these scalpers go and they buy it so they can resell it. And then, that's a totally valid point. So there's these growing pains that like Bandai, as they do different distribution methods, have to be aware of and then change on the fly. It's not like they're meaning to do things. And I'm not trying to defend corporations here. That's the other thing too. My whole
Leave the
point is,
billion-dollar corporation alone.
I know. My whole thing is, I think this conversation, when talking about a P Bandai, when it becomes about P Bandai, it kind of just ruins the moment, So, okay, we're going to move on to this last topic that I think is going to be very fun. This is the War in the Pocket mobile suit power ranking due to Christmas coming up, and War in the Pocket being the Christmas Gundam. We've determined, even though the poll said it wasn't, but hey, this is my YouTube channel. No, but let's go through these suits. I had ChatGPT help kind of put together what it thinks. We can dissect it because we don't like AI here, right? We're gonna no. I don't know. I guess if I word it that way, where we're gonna dissect what AI says.
Yeah, let's debunk
Yeah,
some AI.
debunk some AI. Okay, so they're number one, the most powerful suit in War in the Pocket. I think it's good to go this order because we all know is the Alex. So cutting edge late UC tech, enhanced frame, magnetic coating, high output generator. Choban armor makes it basically immune to small arms and bazookas. Gatling guns, beam rifle mobility, terrifying dual potential. Designed for Amuro, which is cheating. So, I mean, really, that has badass as the Alex was if Amuro was in that.
Yeah. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the Alex the first panoramic cockpit?
I think so. Yeah. I think that was one of those. Yeah. Yeah. See, the Alex needs a video I need to make. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Next is the MS-18E Camphor. Why? Fastest thing in the colony, pure hit and run perfection, massive loadout, dual shotguns, bazookas, chain mines, explosives. Could have crippled the Alex if not for pilot limitations and mission constraints. It's a glass cannon, but oh, it cooks. Yeah, and I think that's true. I think the pilot has a lot to do with it. And that was pretty cool. The camphor is badass.
I mean, I've always thought that the camphor was overrated, but I won't get
really?
into that. You know, we're not gonna.
Okay. No. I love this. A disagreement. That will be a future video.
100%.
Okay. Next is the MS-09R2 Rick Dom 2. Solid Xeon grunt at the end of the 1-year war. Better thrusters, better cooling, better reliability than older DOMs. Not enough to stand up to Alex or Camphor alone, but in squads, it's dangerous. Okay, I'd go with that.
Fair.
And then here's number 4, the MSM-03C Hygog. Most advanced amphibious MS here. Insane mobility underwater, range firepower, terrifying close combat. If the battle took place near water instead of a colony, it might rank higher. Yeah, and that makes sense. The MSM-07E Zagaki, which is finally getting a robot spirits.
Hey, nice.
Tanky as hell with improved sensors and high efficiency limbs, great melee threat, and good survivability. Outclassed slightly by the Hygog speed and agility. And that makes sense. So this
was there ever... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I'm about to...
I was just going to say, is there any explanation as to why Steiner had a Zagaki and the rest of the squad had Hygogs?
No, but that is a good question, unless it has something to do with the more risky, high-performing ones are doing the dirty work.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they could have benefited from having 2 more of those, like, missile pods.
I know. That's a good point. I see, and I like that stuff. I forget there was a name for it, like the fleet logistics. I love that stuff. Like, why is it this many of this type of thing? But this number 6, I think, is your favorite.
100%.
The MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai. And here's the coolest thing of what ChatGPT says. It's the best Zaku variant fielded in the 1-year war. And I think a lot of people agree with that, right? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, the F2 was the last Zaku variant produced, or the Zaku 2 variant, I should say.
Yeah, right. And then I think that was it also that the Kai was not initially meant to be a separate mobile suit.
Right. Yeah, but it was part of the universal maintenance plan, so the UMP. So what was beneficial about that is that, like, the Zaku Kai, and I think the Rick Dom too as well, they, basically had compatible parts that would, like, everything became standardized so that you could swap parts between mobile suits without having to worry about compatibility, which was a huge benefit.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that lore. But also great ergonomics, improved armor, more output. Bernard Wiseman made it shine, but realistically, it's still a grunt suit and out of its weight class against an Alex, even Camphor, which is true if you think about the tragedy. It's not just that these two people were up against each other, and didn't know, but it's like anytime on the battlefield, if you see a Gundam going up against a grunt suit with the normal dude, you're like, sorry, grunt suit. Like, it's so that's that kind of level I don't think we really think about, but you normally wouldn't want to cheer on a Zaku 2 versus a Gundam. Or when I say cheer on, you're not like, oh, who's gonna win? It's like,
well, so and I think I wish that we saw some of those kind of combat tactics in Requiem for Vengeance, right? Because in Requiem for Vengeance, Solari basically solos the Gundam, whereas in 0080, Bernie has to use grenades, and he has, like, the trap balloons to try and like distract the Alex. So it's like, I liked that it was the pilot that made the difference, and not just either A, he was a new type and had plot armor, or B, they were just matched in mobile suits.
No, I agree with you. That is a good way to explain it, because Solari, she's a badass, but Bernie, I like how even Bernie pretended to be and had to explain to Al later he's not really. So that is even part of the story. Such a good story.
Great.
Okay, this last one, the RB-79 ball. So this is cameo tier. So it just shows it briefly. I like how it describes the ball. It's a ball. Sweet, spherical, brave. I don't know what that... I'm going to make that a shirt, though, now, okay? I'm just letting you know. It exists to die and make pilots look impressive. I don't know about the last part.
I mean, maybe for Shiro.
Oh, yeah. How he uses it, yeah. So...
But wait a second. Is that it? Where's the GM Sniper 2?
Oh, it just didn't pull it up. I guess it could, because there's the GM Sniper 2. There's also the gun cannon, right?
Well, there's some GM commands, I thought.
GM command. That's what GM command.
And the Gelgoog.
The Gelgoog. I have it somewhere. Yeah, so I guess there's a few more. Yeah, so you kind of did your job, ChatGPT. You kind of didn't. Actually, that reminds me of my video because I did a video of this and I left out the sniper too.
How can you
It was
leave
a
out the
long,
sniper
long,
too?
long time ago.
Like the Delta team is like
It's because it's the most obvious suit that you just then, But
yeah,
no, the Sniper 2 is actually so awesome because it's the base of the Pale Rider.
yeah.
And
And I
like,
just love the visor, like
yeah,
so
it
cool.
is that whole thing looks great. And I have a Robot Spirits of the newer Sniper 2, and it looks great. And it's like, yeah, just do a Pale Rider, so. But anyway, so from that list, I guess if we were to throw in the Sniper 2 and the GM Command, um, I mean, still, it's like Alex would be number one, but would a Sniper 2 take out a Camphor? That would be an interesting battle because there would have to be so much. There's many variables that you would have
Well,
to consider.
didn't the camper take out the whole squad of Sniper 2s on its way to go fight the Alex?
Oh, when they were dropping them down
Yeah,
and
because
it was
it's like,
going
what,
through
the
the
Scarlet
city.
team?
Oh, I'm gonna have to. So again, I'm watching it again. I got to
There you
keep.
go.
And that's a good example of because I'm trying to come up with reasons to do like the battle videos. Like sometimes it'll be like this battle or that. That one would be a good one, the Camphor and the Sniper 2s.
Yeah,
So then, okay, I didn't remember that. So that means then technically the Camphor would outclass the Sniper 2.
I think so.
So because it talks about it being the fastest thing in the colony. So that means it would be able to pretty much like outrun potentially a snipe. If it's
It'd be a lot harder to pin it down,
yeah.
especially the way it was like cutting in and out of buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's a good idea for like one of those runner mobile games where you're a camper and there's like the buildings you're just going and then you shoot. See? War in the pocket.
Let's make Flappy Camper.
No. Dude, I'm telling you, War in the Pocket, because it's a mobile game.
There you go.
And you know what? When you put your finger down to move the camphor, it's really Al's finger that you see moving. And when there's a flash and explosion, you see Al's reflection in the glass.
And he's got like the Xeon patch.
Yeah. And you can upgrade to get the hat. So it's like an unlock. I don't know. We're coming up with crazy ideas.
Dude, this is a brilliant idea.
All right. Well, okay. So that was fun. You guys should in the chat let us know if you're gonna watch War in the Pocket because I think I am now. I gotta really zone in on the Sniper 2 action now that we've gone through.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, Steven. That was a fun show. So the other thing is we have one more show until Christmas. Right? Isn't it? Isn't that
right.
how the days of the week were? I forget. I think there's next week, the week after. What do you think about streaming on Christmas? Because I'd be down to still do the show on Christmas.
I'll be out of town on Christmas.
Oh, where you
on
going?
Christmas Day, I should say.
Yeah, where you going?
I'll be going to see some of my family up north. So I will definitely, if you are live, I will be in the chat. But I probably wouldn't. I'm not going to have all of this ambiance.
Sure. But what about Wednesday, your show?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know when we're traveling.
Okay.
I think we're traveling on Christmas Day. So it'll be, yeah.
Well, we have, 2 weeks to figure that out. But yeah,
we'll make the announcement next week for sure.
And then I think then the week after is when, or after that, is when I want to do the Gundam. Or wait, maybe next week Year in Gundam. Let's talk about that afterwards, guys. I know we're leaving you in anticipation for what's next. Anyway,
there will be a Year in Gundam. It will either be next week, the week after that, or the week after that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Let's set it right. So, we're gonna head out. That was a lot of fun. We'll be back next week with more. So until then, have a good one.
Cheers.